These are some stressful times. Let's discuss. Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another coffee rant with Dano and Frank, the Bald Eagle here. Tonight we are drinking Tim Hortons coffee. If you have to hit pause on this video to get your coffee together, or whatever beverage you deem necessary, go ahead and do that now, as this will be a lengthy discussion. So I've been getting a lot of comments in our videos lately and a lot of different emails, and I know this is a stressful time of year. And my thoughts and prayers are with everyone that are dealing with some issues that are rightfully said. A lot of people dealing with different loss, family loss, holidays make that even worse. To add on top of that, all these things going on in the world with these heavy prices at the grocery store, housing prices are through the roof. It's even hard to get it may be harder to get a used car nowadays than a new car. I'm going to take a pause here real quick. Let's take a sip of our coffee. Usually this time of year I get some pretty heartfelt comments, and this video is for you. We have been dealing with a lot, guys. You go into the grocery store, you deal with a lot of angry people, and I would say on any given day it's maybe half and half. Half the people in the store are probably just happy they're able to go to the store and buy food. The other half is trying to do the math and figure out how they're going to be able to eat the next week. That's why we do this on the channel here. What we focus on mainly is being able to save you as much money as possible in the grocery stores by providing a little bit of entertainment as we go along. I understand that these times are kind of depressing. They're kind of stressful, and I try to add a little bit of light into that as we go around. And yes, we always try to point out the things that are skyrocketing in price. We don't do this to scare you. We do this to make you aware of what's going on. So if something hasn't gone up in price yet where you are, you know that it probably will. And we always try to just point these things out. Now, I understand. I've lost loved ones. We've all lost loved ones. It's hard to deal with this time of year. During the holidays, everybody's happy, and it's hard for people to focus on being happy when all you can do. Memories are a hard thing to have sometimes. Memories can make or break you. But at the same time, I also want to say that we've gotten also comments on how we lighten a lot of people's day lately. I've gotten comments on how people just feel so stressed, no money, broke, and that we are helping them. We are helping you. And we get comments like this, and I swear, like, I feel so good and sad at the same time. I'm glad that we're able to help, but I also wish that times weren't so bad for so many different people. I wasn't really sure how I was going to do this video. It's not really broken down. This is all just kind of, this is just us talking right now, enjoying our coffee and just enjoying what's going on. But I wanted to mention this because probably over the last week or so, we've gotten 50 to 60 comments and emails of mostly people who are in stressful times, but also thanking us for what we're doing. I thank you. I thank you for watching our channel and being so kind. We get so many kind words from everyone, and I wanted to make sure that we are putting that across, that we are very appreciative, that we are making a difference. We are making a difference. We built this channel a couple years ago to make a difference. When we first saw things going crazy in the stores, empty shelves, shortages on things, trying to keep up on things in a fast-paced way, an everyday basis, a daily vlog, as you call it. Sometimes it's tough. I have to admit myself, doing what I do can be stressful. It can be. Today, I was going around and I was thanking a lot of employees for doing what they do. I've met a lot of people, excuse me, and I was at Kroger and I just seen so many people working so hard and just focused on their jobs. I think this is something, I know I say this in other videos, but try to remember, a store that you visit a lot, a store where they really know who you are. Make sure you're thanking them for being at work, because there's a lot of people out here right now that just don't want to work. Now, I know some of you saw our Jungle Gyms video. They're dealing with employee shortages too. But I'll tell you what, everybody in that store, it's kind of like, I would say it's kind of like Publix on a level of customer service. Jungle Gyms is absolutely awesome. If you happen to miss that video, it was the last video that we did before this one, so you can go in our video playlist and check it out. But I wanted to basically give our thanks for everything. We've been getting a lot of Christmas cards lately, so we are sending out as many as we can. And it's fun. It's fun, and it's something that we really do appreciate. Someone sent me a Christmas card, and it almost brought a tear to my eye. And we never say any names or anything like that on the channel here, but it was very heartfelt, and thank you. And it makes me feel like what we're doing here is really working. It really does. Thanking us for what we do. I say I thank you all for being part of the channel here, being part of the adventure of what we're doing on here, working together, making sure that we are being vocal about a lot of the different things going on, things that you see in the stores, things you don't see in the stores, price increases, everything that has to do with food we cover on the channel here, and things beyond. I was talking to Jessica, we are planning on doing some little maybe cooking videos, show you guys a little bit how we get creative in things, different ways to, save money by making your meals and then packing them away and freezing them or canning them or things like this. We have so many different people on the channel here that leave different recipes. If you have a favorite holiday recipe, go ahead and leave it down in the comments. I'm sure somebody's going to really appreciate it. And some of you I know who have been putting recipes down in the comments. I get emails from people. Sometimes people don't want to leave comments on the channel, so they leave me an email. And that's fine. That's fine. Just keep in mind I don't get to the emails as fast as I do the comments. Our channel is really growing, and I try to get to all of them at one point, but it takes a while, especially doing 2 videos a day like this. I understand that things are getting a little out of control when it comes to prices. Now, I've tried to kind of tone it down some, but not withholding information, though. You know what I mean? Like, I'm trying not to get overly upset about some of the different prices. We know things are just going to constantly go up. We are it's like things have been spiraling out of control. They have for a couple years now. People are taking notice now. If there's anything I can say about 2024, expect the unexpected. If we think that way, then we'll be a little more prepared as we go along here. Now, a lot of the different comments of some people who I know, if you can't afford a lot of things, I completely understand that. If you can't afford to stock up on some things and you're living day to day or week to week, and I know I got a couple comments for me to go back to Dollar Tree, and I will. And I haven't seen any price increases at Dollar Tree yet. I haven't seen anything go up to $1.50. Someone left a comment the other day that reading glasses went up to $1.50. I don't know. I haven't seen that at our store. We will be checking that out. I'm going to be checking out a lot of different budget-friendly items. Because I want to make sure that everybody, as we go along here, is able to save on different things. I've also gotten a lot of comments over the last month that people are not doing Christmas this year. Well, when I read some of these, I think, well, are you not doing Christmas because you don't have money? Because Christmas isn't about gifts. I mean, I know it's commercialized and all that, and it's about, but It's really about, and I won't, I try not to go into religion on the channel here, but if you're a religious person, we all know what it's really about. And it's about being with our families, being with our families. And if we don't have family, it's about being with who you know that cares about you and wants to be with you during these holiday times. Sometimes I say things and I don't, you know, I understand that everybody doesn't have family. So when I say to be with your families, I mean, if you have the ability to do that, or your friends, or someone, or just being here on the channel with us. Maybe some of you, this is all you have, and to that I say welcome and happy holidays, Merry Christmas. Um, as we go along here, we're going to continue the mission, guys. We're going to continue to try and help save you guys as much money as possible in the grocery stores. Continue to buy up the sales as you see them, as it is now more important than ever. And for those who can't afford to stock up on sales as much as some of us can or do, we will continue to visit more of affordable options. Always remember that, the food banks are open and they are helping. And for those who can afford to give, don't forget to take care of your local food bank so that you can help out for the people that don't have anything. It's more important now than any other time of the year. And not just because of the holidays, because of the weather. If you live in Ohio here or anywhere north of here, you're dealing with cold weather right now. And if you're homeless, that's got to be pretty rough to deal with. It's got to be pretty hard to be out in the cold all the time. So all I say is that we just remember that if we can afford to give a little to our any way you can, any way you can. Around here we have Children's Hospital, the Toys for Tots and things like that. It's a great organization to donate to make sure that a child that is in the children's hospital or children's hospital care, gets a little toy for Christmas. And it is a very well known foundation around here in Cincinnati, Toys for Tots, and I'm pretty sure that's nationwide. I know they specifically center around Children's Hospital in Cincinnati. But there are all kinds of organizations out here to where you can give a little to those who don't have anything. You can also donate some of your time. Although I will say there's a lot of good hearts out here, guys. There's a lot of good people. I mean, a lot of our food banks and places are turning people away because there's so many people helping. That is really awesome. That is great to hear. And some people were asking, about food banks. How do you donate? Well, I mean, money seems to really be the big thing because they can put it in the direction of the things that they need. Whether they need clothes, whether they need food, whatever it is, money seems to help better than anything. It's not like when I would take, and they'll accept groceries, but you have to be careful with that because sometimes I went down there and they turned a couple things away, a couple different canned goods. I was kind of shocked. I was like, in a way, it's like now if they're overloaded with things and they don't know they're going to be able to get rid of it, or maybe there's some different rules with some products. But yeah, I was a little shocked at that a while back. But now it's just good to give money. I did a little bit of research on that, especially with the food bank in Cincinnati. It is all put toward food for people who need it. That's very important. Guys, it's been the word of the week. I have heard the word stressful a lot. A lot. And if we are able to provide a little bit of ways for you to de-stress, because that is what I've gotten from the message from you guys, for those who have sent us comments like that we are helping you de-stress about these kind of situations. That's why I say, it's for entertainment purposes too, right? Because if we're making it kind of an exciting trip going to the store, or anywhere for that matter, then we were able to provide a little bit of entertainment for you as well. I sometimes when I'm editing a video, I get a little bit of a chuckle out of how I sound sometimes. Sometimes I leave it in because I'm like, you know what? Some people are going to catch on to that and they're going to laugh hysterically like I did. I mean, some of the stuff, it's either laugh or cry, right? It's like some of the stuff or scream, right? Some of the stuff just drives you nuts. And when you are someone like me that has to put this information out here all the time, it does. It's frustrating. I'll take like a list of things in my head that people have asked about, things that people are looking for, and I'll go and I'll find them, and then I just realize that it went up $2 on you, and I'm like, wow, that's kind of hard to. Sometimes I'll have to do several takes so that it doesn't sound so depressing. I mean, believe me, I don't want any kind of cussing on the channel, but there have been times when I've kind of lost it myself. Obviously, that's not going to go in the video, but there's been times where I've just completely lost it. Today at Kroger, I saw somebody lose it. Oh, and real nice lady. I went up and said, "Are you okay?" And she was frustrated about something like prices. I was like, "Oh yeah, I know those prices." I don't think she knew me from the channel. I don't really know anymore. Some people, if ever you see me out here running around doing things, don't be afraid to say hi. But she was frustrated by a couple different things that was with prices. I mean, that's what it is every day. It's all prices. People, if people are frustrated, it's usually what it is that they have to buy things, but they don't want to pay the crazy prices for it. Look at what you're paying today. It's like you go in for 10, 20 items, you're going to pay $10 to $20 more than you did even a year ago. I mean, it's crazy when you think of it like that, but the math has become easier. And when the math becomes easier, the stress becomes harder. Because when the math is easy, you're adding up dollars and not just like 7 or 8 cents like I do all the time. And it becomes stressful because you're paying a lot more. The more you pay, the easier it is to calculate the number. What used to be $100 is now $140, $150. Does that sound familiar? Anyway, guys, I just wanted to kind of touch on this a little bit here because we've gotten another round of holiday stress. I don't want to. Okay, so I don't really want to say that it's stressful. Like in your I know that you're stressed, and then most of you are saying, "And we are helping." And I appreciate that, and I hate that you're stressed. I hate that the world is stressed right now. All these different things going on are causing all of these kind of things to just kind of get crazy. Eventually, I hope things will kind of level off. Don't know if it ever will, but like I said, we will all work together to try and help each other. And that's what it's all about. That's what it's all about. That's all we can do. It's all we can do now because really, that's what it is. That's what it is. These companies, these big businesses, they're going to continue to figure out ways to constantly make more money because they're getting charged more and then they're getting charged more, and that's going to all just come down to us. And as bad as that sounds, I continue with the same saying that I say in every video. Buy up the sales as you see them, stock up on the things that you know you're going to need, right? It doesn't hurt to be a little extra prepared on things. If you can set aside some in your budget to do that, then you're going to ultimately save some in the future. If you can't, that's why we do this day to day. That's why we do this every day, so we can keep you in real time, up to minute, boots on the ground, in the store, doing what we can to help save everybody. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Have a great night.